Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese snacks and treats. Today we have 3 snacks to try from Japan Candy Box. So the first, this is our Umaibo Takoyaki snack stick. So Umaibo is basically a giant puffy Cheeto. It is about that long. It's big around. It's a giant puffy Cheeto. This one in particular is takoyaki flavored, takoyaki being, of course, these kind of balls of fried dough with octopus in the middle. I have to admit, I haven't always been a huge fan. I don't like the octopus part. It's too rubbery. I have actually tried it. That said, the rest of it, the sauce, the dough bits, all of those are really delicious and amazing. So I do think it's going to be pretty good. We're also going to try, this is our pure potato Belabo Nori Shio chips. And I always get super excited. Pure Potato is one of those brands that I've noticed has really good potato chips, and I love Japanese potato chips. I think these are going to be pretty great. Apparently, Belabo is a historical drama. I have to admit, it's not one I've heard of before, but I do think these are going to be great. I'm super excited about these. And then finally, we're going to try, this is our Texas corn takoyaki snacks. So again, these are takoyaki flavored, just like our Umaibo. These are also corn puffs. So they're very similar to our Umaibo. I do think this is going to be really pretty interesting. I think it's going to be fun. So with all that in mind, let's get started. Itadakimasu! So starting with our Umaibo Takoyaki snack stick. Oh, interesting. It could just be me, but I feel like there's a bit more seasoning than usual on this. You see what I mean? It's just basically a giant puffy Cheeto. It does smell pretty good. Alright. Texture-wise, it's a giant puffy Cheeto. It kind of melts away a little bit. It's crispy, crunchy. If you're good with the texture of a puffy Cheeto, then you're probably good with Umaibo. Flavor-wise, I really don't know how to describe it. It reminds me a lot of takoyaki, and a lot of the parts that I really liked. You get kind of this savory taste to it. There's all these spices. There's definitely some soy sauce in there. I apologize. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really pretty good. So if you're curious about what takoyaki tastes like, but you're kind of nervous about like the actual octopus, this is a great way to try it because it gets all of the really good flavors in there without having the rubbery piece of octopus. Yeah. Like I said, the real thing, not my favorite, but the flavor of it, really pretty good. So moving on to our pure potato Belabo Nori Shio chips. And this is a mouthful every time I say it. You can really smell the seaweed. There's a nice big chip right on top. There's a lot of just little flecks of seaweed on this. I'm very excited. I think this is going to be great. That's everything I love about Japanese potato chips. So part of why I love them so much, these are, and first off, there's two types of Japanese potato chips. One's where they are sliced off of a potato, and one's where they kind of make a potato mash and then form it into a chip shape. Those ones are a lot more like Pringles. They're not bad, they're just not my favorite. These are the ones that are cut from potato, and this is really where Japanese potato chips shine. And it does seem to be the most common, at least of the ones that we've seen, and it's one of the reasons why I like pure potato so much, is because they're pretty consistently that style of potato chip. They're nice and crunchy. There's a bit of grease, but they're not overly greasy. This is a very high quality potato chip, right? They have a really nice, satisfying crunch to them. I just love them. As a potato chip base, these are excellent potato chips. And so from there, it's just a matter of finding a flavor that you enjoy. I have to admit, it still feels a little weird to me doing potato with seaweed. That's just not a flavor combination. But it's still pretty good, and there is a really nice saltiness to it that works really well with the seaweed. These are really good. If you haven't had the chance to try Japanese potato chips, just in general, Pure Potato is a really good brand to go with. And these in particular, it's a nice, simple flavor that's not too complicated, so you're really able to try to kind of just get the basis of what makes a Japanese potato chip so good. These are really delicious. I'm going to enjoy finishing this pack. I'm going to enjoy finishing it so much. So finally, moving on to our Texas corn takoyaki snacks. The scent isn't so strong. I'm not seeing nearly as much of like the coating on here, which has me a little concerned. And for a good reason. So it's a little corn puff, right? Similar to a puffy Cheeto. I'd say this is a much more delicate, more crispy on the side of things. It melts away very quickly. Flavor-wise, there's not a lot in there. If you have the chance to try them, they're not bad, but if you're somebody who's curious about takoyaki, I would definitely go with the Umaibo stick over these. There's a lot more flavor in the Umaibo stick than there is in these Texas corn takoyaki snacks. They're not bad, they're just not enough punch in the flavor, unfortunately. Gochu-sama. So to recap, we tried our Umaibo Takoyaki snack stick, which was pretty good. It has all the really good parts of takoyaki without the chunk of actual octopus. Really good, really tasty. If you were curious about takoyaki but kind of nervous about it, this is definitely a great way to go. And Umaibo in general have just been a really good, solid, consistent snack. They're definitely worth your time. If you're curious about them, would definitely recommend. Similar with our second snack, we tried our Pure Potato Belabo Nori Shio chips. And Pure Potato is just one of the best brands of Japanese potato chips that we've received. I think it's mostly Pure Potato and Koyakea, and they're amazing. These ones really pretty good. I have to admit, personally, sometimes it feels a little weird having the seaweed with potato, but it does kind of work, and the sea salt, I think, is definitely a very good addition to it. Really good, really tasty. I am going to enjoy these. And then finally, we tried our Texas corn takoyaki snacks, which were okay. They just didn't have a lot of flavor. They're not bad if they're there, they're definitely, I wouldn't discourage anyone from trying if they're available. But if you're going to go looking, I'd go for either our Umaibo stick or the pure potato chips. I just think they're a little bit more worth your time. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, the link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Jane.